Hey, what's going on guys? Chad here, and this is the Ninjutso Sora. It's pretty much that smaller in-game XM1 that we've all been waiting for, or like a smaller version of the Lamzu Atlantis. Now, I've never reviewed anything from Ninjutso before, so I was actually really excited to get this mouse and test it out. The unboxing experience here is pretty good, and it definitely felt like I was opening a premium product. Inside the box, you get the mouse itself, of course, along with a USB Type-C cable, which is on the thicker side, but I actually didn't notice it too much while I had it plugged in. You also get a set of extra PTFE feet, and then the user manual and warranty info. As soon as I got this mouse out of the box, I noticed the really low weight and also how well balanced that weight was. It weighs 47 grams on my scale, and the balancing makes it feel like there's almost nothing in my hand. The Sora is only 1 gram heavier than my small Final Mouse 10s edition, and the balancing is also better. Now that's pretty impressive considering the fact that the Sora is a bigger mouse, has no holes, and it's much cheaper too. The battery life here isn't the best as it's rated for 70 hours, but considering how low the weight is and the fact that it's using a 3395 sensor, I think it's fine. So like I said, the shape here is pretty much a wireless in-game XM1 or a mini version of the Atlantis. My hands are 19 by 11 and it fits me perfectly. I really like how it's more narrow at the grip compared to the Atlantis, and the dimensions here are 120.8 millimeters long, 59 at the grip, and it's 37.3 millimeters tall. This mouse was designed for claw grip, and I definitely think it excels at that. Fingertip grip is possible, but it doesn't feel quite as locked in and secure as claw grip to me, and I think the size here is great for medium to large-handed claw grip users. The coating here is a matte textured finish, and being such a lightweight mouse, I find that when I'm playing with it, my hands kind of warm up and then they stick to the mouse even more, which is similar to the Superlight and the coating on that mouse. It's not quite as good as the Superlight coating, but it's definitely high quality, and I haven't had any issues with grip so far. The build quality here feels pretty good. My copy has no rattling or creaking, but it does have quite a bit of flex, and if I squeeze the sides, it can actuate the side buttons. Now, this isn't something I've ever felt in normal use, and certainly not while I was gaming on it. I don't really think it's that big of an issue personally, but I'm just letting you know you can feel it if you're looking for it. The clicks on this mouse are just insane. The Sora is using Huano black shell pink dot switches, and these are the best clicks I've ever felt on any mouse. They're lightning fast, super poppy and crispy. They're the most satisfying feeling and sounding clicks of my entire collection, and they're even better than the clicks on the Atlantis. The side buttons are in the perfect spot for me. They look really similar to the side buttons on the Superlight, but they feel much better than those. These aren't really mushy at all, but my backside button does have a slight bit of rattle compared to the front, making it feel a little bit cheaper. It would have been nice if these were more consistent feeling, but that might just be an issue with my specific copy. The scroll wheel has a silver TTC encoder, and it feels great in and out of game. It's easy to feel individual steps on, and it feels great in any use, and it's also really easy to spam while in game. It's a bit on the louder side, and personally I always game with headphones, so I don't notice this at all, but if I'm just browsing the web or something, it's not loud enough to bother me personally. The wheel has a grippy rubber, which feels really good to me, and overall I really like the scroll on the Sora. Flipping the mouse over, things are pretty standard here. We've got 4 rounded PTFE feet, and they feel very smooth. I'd say these are more of a medium speed, not too fast, not too slow. The edges are round, and overall they feel premium, and I don't think I would need to replace these personally. Also, we've got the power on and off switch, a DPI button, and a place to store your dongle. The sensor here is a 3395, and it sits pushed slightly forward on the mouse. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the 3395 at this point, as it's currently the top of the line sensor. It can do from 50 to 26,000 DPI, max acceleration is 50 Gs, max speed is 650 IPS, and it has a polling rate of 1000. Well, at least it should have a polling rate of 1000. My specific copy has a pretty serious QC problem, which has been preventing me from really getting to test the mouse properly. Taking a look at the polling rate, we can see it's dipping as low as 300 Hertz and then going all the way up to 1000 Hertz, which is where it should be. As you can see, it's just all over the place, and then as soon as I swap over to the Superlight, it jumps right up to 1000 Hertz and stays there, which is where the Sora should be too. I've tried using different USB ports and cables, but no matter what I try, the random stuttering is still there. Now, this is my first time reviewing a mouse from Ninjutso, but I have heard of other people having similar issues with previous mice from their brand. I'm not sure how widespread of a problem this is, but it's pretty unfortunate to see this in a $95 mouse, especially one that gets so many other things right. So I'm gonna RMA this mouse, and hopefully I'll get a working copy after that. I'll be sure to make a follow-up video, and then I'll be able to comment on gameplay properly after really testing it out. But assuming that I get a working copy, this mouse is going to be a top contender for sure. It's got so much going on for it. I have a pretty good feeling that this is actually going to be my main once I get a functional copy. The times where it was working a little bit, my aim felt fantastic, and I could easily flick this mouse all over the place while remaining stable and smooth. Tracking and flicking feels so easy with a sub 50 gram wireless mouse, and it's definitely a top tier shape. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have on this mouse for the time being. I think it's an amazing mouse with a lot of potential, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting to use it properly. If you guys have any questions about something I didn't cover here, leave me a comment and I'll try to get to it when I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.